Obviously, today's videos are focusing mostly on our slabs, but just to give you an idea of how you can work with them, I've had a little skim around the nursery, picked out a tree that I feel would apply well to this planting. On that note, I really recommend you come down to Miyagi Bonsai and just see the trees for yourself. Get a feel for everything the guys have got. There's such a great selection here. Out of what we've got out today, I picked out this beautiful black pine because I feel like the size and shape works well with the pot. This slab is based on more of a granite or a kind of volcanic stone, which obviously a lot of the trees come from Japan and China, and that is the native rock that you'll find in these places. The tree does need a little bit of work, but to be honest, this one may be coming home with me today. Just to give you an idea of how it sits in the pot. Obviously, it's still in its current pot, so when you're planting it, you could plant it on quite a low level. Equally, I feel like this would work really well mounded. So you can add a little bit more height to it. You can work with this bit of lift you've got at the back of the pot. But equally, that little low dip at the front just frames it so well. And again, this is a great thing with slabs. You can apply a big tree, you can angle it. Some of my bigger slabs are perfect for forest planting. I tend to do a lot of forests. And it's just great to have that bit of space and that bit of flexibility. Equally, I think we touched on it in another video, one thing that would work very well, especially with this tree, is flip them over and work with the base on the other side. That way, you can work with all this negative space. So in terms of the mounding style, you can really get a lot of depth in your plantings. Also, you've still got a lot of surface area to work with. So in terms of laying out roots and getting good root growth, this is an ideal method to use. Obviously, it's still in a pot. We will do a full planting at some point. But just to give you an idea of what you can work with, just again, it's about the negative space and the kind of definition you can get on the tree. And it's just showing off the tree, but not overpowering it. I feel like the slabs really accompany these kind of designs really well. Obviously, as you water or in the sunshine, it really brings out all the natural texture and color changes in the stone. As you know, when slate gets wet, it darkens up a bit. Sometimes it really brings out the ambers and the oranges in other slabs that we have. And as you can see, drainage is absolutely no problem. All my slabs are made with multiple wiring holes for positioning and also very good drainage holes. So your roots are never going to suffer. In fact, what most people don't know is with these composite pots, it actually increases airflow. So it's a lot better for the root system. As you can see, everything is draining fantastically out the bottom. These pots really do help look after your tree. With bonsai being such an individualistic art form, everyone has their own tastes, their own way of doing things. So I really recommend coming down to Miyagi Bonsai because as much as the website is fantastic and I highly recommend checking it out, you can't beat seeing things in person. You can't beat feeling the texture of the slabs, imagining what you can do with the tree, judging size. You know, a lot of what we do, it's about aspect ratio and things like that. So I highly recommend coming down and checking out what we've got to offer.